Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Republic of Amalfi series, in which we are in a pretty, pretty turbulent situation that we've had over the past couple of years, especially with the ongoing wars between the Alaglavi Sultanate and the southern Italian states. Because each time that they fought against us, we've pushed them back. Especially by this man, Sultan Umar the Monster. He first attacked Salerno, which he failed, and then he tried Apulia, also failed, and then he tried Capua, which ended in a white peace, which because, well, they had let's just say our forces were depleted or deployed incorrectly. When I say our forces, I mean the forces of Neapolis, which I come from, but also the other forces from certain southern Italian states, including the Papal States. And Croatia didn't intervene and all that. It's just we were having issues of take care of them. We couldn't get them out of Capua until white peace was declared, when they realized the war cannot be won this way. So they had to pull back. They only have 91 army levies right now, but they will rebuild themselves because Archon Raffaele, who is an inspiring leader and an unyielding commander, that were mainly the defenders of Italia. The enemy never sleeps, and neither shall I. And you know, as I see those traits of diligent, patient, honest, and kind, one would think I should join a monastic society. I could be, I should be more pious than what I already am. Think of your great-grandfather, who tried to be a saint, but the church wouldn't let him for some reason. I don't aspire to be a saint, but I just want to be a good servant to the Lord and all that. And maybe one day a good father to these children. Maybe perhaps I should join a monastic society. My wife already has. She is the Grand Domestic of Neapolis. And I guess I might as well. I have a good mind on just about everything. Almost everything. Yeah. Artifacts remain the same. I lost that saint's finger bone long ago, which I know who stole it. I believe he's from Thessaloniki. No? No, I forget his name. Internet just say, oh well, you'll get it back. So I thought about joining the Benedictine order because, I mean, yeah, the fertility would go down, but the wisdom of Saint Benedict. Wards have an increased attribute points or their education upon reaching adulthood, and a chance to lose wicked traits and gain pious ones for them. Whereas it's the same for this one, but however, this has Benedictine diligence. Upon reaching rank 4, you'll be approached by a fellow member of the Benedictine order who will help me to become more diligent. Yeah, I could see that. Plus it increases your stewardship a bit. Although one would think I should join a round table, but I'm not that rowdy warrior. So I shall join. But give me a moment before I accept this. There's also some things that need to be taken care of, such as need a trade zone. Because there is room. There's room for one more, because we have a couple of adult male members, of course. Which I should get them married, by the way. Monte Sant'Angelo. Good horse. Although give me that amount, then we'll get to talking. There's only one. Oh yeah, saw that. Let me put you in our house arrest because I would like to have you as my commander one day, if we can convince you, but unfortunately, you like your liege more than I do. And we're both honest here. Like, what if I were to bribe you before I let you out of here? In order to recruit you? It's just the difference between him and I has to be greater or equal to. We're not rivals here. So just sit tight. And as for you, well... Listen, I'm a kind man, so I'm gonna let you out of here. Unless you could pay your own ransom. But has no interest. Well, we're gonna get him out of here anyways. I'm not the kind of guy who would humiliate them. So I'll be spending 40 gold for this. And then I'm gonna get some gold back via ransom. It's just this place is good. Not only it's prospering, part of Vea Imperi, but also good horse for a while. Not to mention county. And also I should look for nearby allies. Just to support me whenever I go on my own initiative. I see. So what 5? That's for stewardship, mind you. And the virtues are good. Especially diligent. Not looking to increase the learning. This is to increase the stewardship. Because the higher the stewardship, the higher the national tax is. Domain tax, which I only hold 2. And only 2. So for now we're in a resting period until our troops can recover. Build a trade post up there. And then we'll fight to get another trade post, particularly Amalfi. It's the most valuable because that's our capital. The catacombs is finished. As a reminder what that is. So these catacombs located far beneath the palace contain the dynastic tombs. Here countless generations dating back centuries are joined in eternal slumber. May they rest in peace. Not only up the piety and the martial. What I should save my money on, I mean I'm going to spend it on trade posts, and when we make more, I'm going to have to spend it on more of the heavy equipment. Like we need to start increasing the size of the levies from this house, this great mansion. As we're in a down period here. Actually, you can build that right now. What's going on with him? Went to rest. Alright. Build it here. Even though it's on the other side, and it's putting us in a rather precarious position in conflicts with either Ragusa or Venice. That's what I was about to talk about. Anyways, he returned from his meeting with Bartolo da Lozo with a proposal to receive a host of soldiers. We will need to cede full trade rights in our capital to the foreign power, losing a significant portion of income for 20 years. How much? For 20 years. And they get a trade route for this. Why on earth would I want to do that? Abandon these negotiations. That's not the kind of deal I would want out of them. Need my prestige, because one day need to be elected, depending on the age of the man. Anytime you want, seize the trade post. They got a retinue of knights. As I said before, like to have you. Plus you got a claim on Apulia. Which if I were to put you back there, running Apulia, it's like, how dare you, that's a muzzle power on there. No, don't worry, we're just, you know, destabilizing the region a little bit. And subsequently, this is to possibly, if there's going to be a holy war over there, to draw them this way and fight them some more. It's great deception. I'm giving you this chance, if you wish to be free. Seems like a shady deal, but the son of Saldan, 32 years old, you got a prime of your life ahead of you. I don't think they're allowed to marry. Okay, I guess they do. Hey, since you like me well enough, what if I tell you to convert to Catholicism? You don't need to be a, you know, you don't need to be a Muslim. Because, do we want to put him back into Apulia as a Muslim? But he's in my courts nonetheless. But keep in mind, his claim is not inherited. Because his father lost the country. And you, on the other hand, stick around. Despite the craven trait, you'll be a possibly good commander if we ever run the Republic again. Distinguished commander. Well, I'm not naming any designated heir until then. But if something were to happen to me, it would be my uncle to run things. Who's there? Huh. You gotta be aware of these Norse raiders. Here's another thing you should save up your money on. Even though I'm young and in the prime of my life, should get a tutor. Ah, the venerable Robin. You'll be the tutor. Save up a little bit of money and I will need a tutor because I have not been properly educated to some degree. And that'll be the last thing I'll spend. I have invited people in my court to take part in the war game which we practice defending our land from invading enemies. We will use wooden models to represent invading armies, and I shall have to use clever tactics to defeat my opponent. This will be fun. As we assigned tasks for the war game, we decided that Odile will defend with me, while Bernard will be leading the invading forces. Or is it Bernard? How do you say that in Language language? He dreamt of an innocent love story, this bishop. He was a handsome and brooding. Yet, what did he see in this annoying man who was almost like an ignorant, arrogant older brother to her? Anyways, back to the war game. At the beginning of the war game, my enemy decides to do a strong frontal assault towards my center flank. Use all means to reinforce and strengthen the center. The war game gets intense as I use my force to reinforce center, while Bernard's troops begins to pressure my flanks, and they are failing fast. Odile suggested we should use the cavalry on the side flanks. Use the cavalry to suppress side flanks. I have a bad feeling about this. If our troops struggle to keep the flanks reinforced, exhaustion's upon them before the fighting gone truly grim. But I only need to order the size pushing our troops are defeated. Good game. I was thinking about the third option below. Embezzle? No. Again, we plan on fighting against you for that Amalfi trade post. He's only got this much, but I will soon have even more. Sardinian, Florentine, excommunication war. Excommunication war, excommunication war. Yeah, everybody wants to get rid of him. If I had my druthers, I would do that too. My wife has contacted me, asked if I had any interest in learning more about roses. Apparently her latest achievement involves a dark red variant. Makes a particular type of yellow wild rose. Oh, I must simply have some. I'll send someone to collect these roses. Hey, get tutored. Robin? Oh god, Robin passed away, didn't he? Didn't he? Yeah, he just died a natural death just 2 months ago. Darn, I was gonna get... Don't want to spend my money to call for a tutor. Because they're expensive. Oh well. Anyways, God's blessing upon the Untitled Raffaele. A hectic life of ruler rarely allows for sufficient time for contemplation. I ask of you to seclude yourself and think about your life and your actions. A sore repentance for my sins. For sins. Low Saxon. Everybody's got an owl these days. Maybe I should get an owl. But how is the question. Secluded penance. Or in other words, for dharmic religions, secluded meditation. I mean, it is a time of peace right now, and I guess I'll take this opportunity to do so. Do penance. I could seclude myself and contemplate their life and sins in order to become a better Catholic. Today my seclusion begins. I've selected a simple chamber in the city where I will spend most of my time during the coming months within those bare walls. I shall do my prayers, read the Bible, and contemplate my life and actions. God shall be my companion. Well, since I got no tutor, I guess I'll save up the money then. Like, save it up for... Get a new retinue of knight retinue. It'll cost 280. If I want to, I could put him over there. Which, why on earth would I want to do that? Thought about why not the whole duchy? Because that would be fun. So that means, yeah, the Muslims are back, and then, yeah, it's some sort of double dealing thing we would be doing. It's the only kind of one. And plus, we'd be fighting Muslim forces again, and those vassals aren't gonna like it, and they'll revolt, and they want to get them out of there. And this would draw them over there, and we'll fight them too, giving more combat experience, as well as prestige to my name. The roses I sent have now been planted in my own gardens, their beauty spreading joy to anybody who passes by them. What a true marvel of God. The Benedictine order be praised. So that's what I did, for the monthly prestige gain. I cannot make sense of this passage of the Bible. The words are archaic, their meaning is deeply hidden by copious layers of symbolism. It would greatly benefit my spiritual development if I discovered text sense of my own. Though at this point it'd be better of asking my court chaplain. Well, there's no shame for asking for help. I merely sought out the court chaplain Bernardo to press his aid. Seems I caught him at a bad time. However, for he agreed of some discernible reluctance. He had no patience with me, and when I failed to give up, I left in anger. You're the ignorant one. You and your love story. After the Battle of Urso, it has been my duty to inform the families of fallen soldiers of their fate. Still, I see the hatred burning in the eyes of a teenage daughter. I know it's not my fault, but I have destroyed their lives. Well. Do I really want to act like my grandfather? What's worse, stressed or depressed? I'll take this. Enough of these feelings. If I gotta punch someone, yeah, I'll become rough and stressed. So, I lost my patience. It replaced it. You want to be the magistrates? Oh yeah, you're way better skilled. You know, it's not about making an alliance with somebody nearby. The question is, where? Well, whenever he returns. He's not even married. Oh, that's just 4 days ago. Well, whenever you return from resting. Should improve relations and maybe we'll establish an alliance with them. Anyways, I spent the entire day saying prayers of deep concentration during the first hours. I noticed nothing out of the ordinary, though at some point I lost track of the time I entered a dreamlike state. There was nothing but the holy words passing through my lips, and they rang true as the sweetest music. This would also be concurrent. And who is to be the designated regent? Of course, my mother. Well, she's a little bit of a drunk and cruel, but she'll know what to do. I'm not dead. I'm just stressed, that's all. I just needed to go rest. Because I was having a bit of a, you know, you know, I had this moment of, you know, from those wartime experiences. Disturbed action of the heart. Trade post is complete. Again, the income all depends on many factors, such as how very wealthy this province is. This is very good. Yes, you could still declare war to get another trade post, although you'll be over the limit. But Amalfi is very valuable. But Monte Sant'Angelo, pretty valuable. Improvements could be made despite I made some investments in Neapolis. So, in future. I know that Saint Benedict was the paragon of temperance. However, I'm struggling to control my appetite. While doing penance, I'm supposed to eat very simple food in small portions, but I'm growing weary. I cannot concentrate when my stomach rumbles like this. After a little treat, I shall turn my duties double focus. After midnight, I ventured to the kitchens to find something to still my hunger. I quickly found my favorite treats and proceeded to shove handfuls in my mouth. However, my bench was interrupted as a servant entered the room. As I hid in the pantry, the shame washed over me and I could not eat anything else. Now I just feel nauseated. No progress. There are the pens. Yes. Very council, of course. What is he doing still out there? Today's been a day of new insights and revelations. In my seclusion, I've had plenty of time to think about my actions, my life, my place in this world. Things I never thought about before suddenly became so clear. God has shown me the light. When this mission's complete, I hope the lawful trade be rid of. Tutor? What tutor? I ain't got no tutor anymore. But, thanks. Should get all my brothers and uncles in. Oh, same thing. Conversion of Cenobites. The tribes of Cenobites converted to the Catholic faith. A group of priests sent by the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire performed a great ritual during which they converted the entire population of Cenobites, alongside Chief Gostivid and many of his vassals. With this act, the people of Cenobites once for all forsaken their old pagan gods. Thus, God has finally touched them. Now it's a modest smuggler operation, so it just declined. Well, not for long when we begin to invest in a night retinue and let it reinforce for a time. And one day, they'll be back up. Here's the bountiful well of wisdom in the Bible. Today I've uncovered new meanings in several passages, which I have previously never given much thought. I shall take these lessons to heart and carry them with me, no matter where life takes me. Mark my words, the Bible is truly a book of wonders. Show me a light again. You got it. I know what I want exactly. Just to have. When I'm out of resting, and when that man's out of resting, the Count of Monte Sant'Angelo, we gotta form an alliance between us. You help me, I'll help you. In my seclusion, I have plenty of time to think about my actions, my life, and my places. What things I never thought about. So, yeah. Nobody's attacking you at the moment. It's good that we're having this rest period during these series of wars between us and the Saracens to the south and Sicily. I spent the entire day saying prayers in deep concentration. During the first hours I noticed nothing out of the ordinary, although at some point I lost track of time and entered a dreamlike state. There was nothing but holy words passing through my lips, and they rang true as the sweetest music. Need to get rid of this sinner Raffle. That's not who I am. It's just the horrors of war got to me. Now they're raiding Apulia. These guys. They're just testing their defenses or where to raid, but they have not attacked Amalfi yet. We are pleased with your progress. During the time you spent in contemplative seclusion, you have taken a great step on the path of the rule of Saint Benedict. I hereby declare your mission completed. You honor me, Conversus. Right. Just thought of something. Thank you very much. Doesn't even cost that much to reinforce all these knights. So retinue cap usage. Yeah, I'm gonna need to invest a little more. Actually, I do remember where to invest. Investing in Neapolis is fine, but I think it would be better for this. Just wait till we get Amalfi back. Not just the city, but this trade post. We never owned one, but owning it would be a great boon to us. It's flourishing. There's a what? There's a gold shipment, which lowers the tax modifier, but ups the tax income. Inflation. Famous herbs and herbalists. We have a trade post there. The herbalists from this province are renowned for their traditional remedies and treatments they have developed, made using the province's unique plants, minerals, and so on. Benevolent forest spirit. Rumor has it that there's a benevolent spirit to live in a forest in the province, who protects the locals from both worldly and spiritual dangers. It really helps, as well as my stewardship skill. You know, we have a bit of falling out between us. I'll give it a year. That female council nonsense will go away. I only did it because I support my wife. Don't want to spend any tech points. Save it up when you get to Amalfi. When you are elected. When you become the next pro do. There they are. I knew they were coming. I'll go Allo. You take care of them. Back to where you once came. Like, after all, he's a distinguished commander. I'm only respected. Sorry I couldn't be there because I'm resting from my stress. Lazy, ungrateful dock workers in Amalfi refuse to unload ships, citing poor working conditions and low pay. They will not let anyone pass their picket line. Troops from all the major families are working together to quickly silence the leaders of these mobs, but the constant delays shipping are unavoidable at this point. Crud. Who knows what they'll do from here. All it took was a small "I'm sorry" from Product Models, and I do believe it was his Magistros Basquios that convinced him to ask him my forgiveness. I'm glad that Product Models said he was sorry. It's rather surprising that there's this big epidemic of camp fever in Italy, but not down here. Croatian Narentine. Oh, you're helping out the old ally, the Narentines. But I fear this may open the door for Tunis. They were having a revolt war. That's why they haven't attacked lately. But they took care of those that rebelled against them. It's only a matter of time before they strike against Salerno. Because they're off to war and it's going to be likely their next target. Hell, Sardinia's more vulnerable. They're rarely available to go by sea. That's why we're trying to get the night retinue reinforced. Just can't wait to fight in Sardinia. I mean, it's mostly plains, mountains, and hills. Like, if there's some place to fight, then there's there. You know, I'd like to be one of the volunteers. And I'm also the treasury guard of Amalfi for more reinforcing. But again, I'm currently resting as I'm trying to get rid of the stress. I'm not getting rid of my war focus. Would you look at this? Booming. Massive recruitment drive in Neapolis. Good to know. Although it's not much, but it'll do. But if you want to, isn't there a building that helps? No, there's no building that helps reinforcing faster. But you can increase its levy size and retinue size. But each military buildings you build increases the retinue size. Since we're getting pretty close. Galleys. Another 20. Should have a guard barracks. We have a guard barracks, it's just we need to upgrade a version of it. Figure out its name. Oh, what the? Norse are raiding Rome. Aladrisis Sultanate. That can't be good. Aladrisi. Oh, it's those guys from over there. What are you doing? Constantius Claremont Manuka. That's the guy. All the way over there. They're fighting against them? The Caliph himself? Well, as long as they beat up each other, I'll be fine. Interestingly, there's this independent entity. Any trade runs? No. No. Would have been nice, because... Now, that's the place I would build a city. No, not build. What I mean is establish a trading post there. Take that city of Benghazi. And then we get some degree of money there if I had more trade zones. In fact, you talk about family, right? Listen, your uncles are not married, so I suggest you should give them brides. Whoever that would be. Oh my goodness. The most beautiful woman in the world of this generation. Has no children yet. Well fed. And is a concubine to the Avars. But this Avar woman's a Catholic. And beautiful too. But the reason she looks like that because her father was Carantanian. But she became culturally Avar. But you would have to pay a big normal price for this. And you were supposed to invest, so... Okay, change the mind. Very, very tempting. I remembered her, but then again, she has gonorrhea. Stay away from that. Not married, but she's weak. Don't. It's my sister. This crazy woman who's already married. Don't know who you are, but you are gonna be marrying my uncle. Uncle Urso. Again, the reason for that is need to expand the house. Because we'd like to have more adult male members. Because each time all these coaches will go away, so it's just gotta expand the family. Uncle Alo. Just pick the ones that's from a merchant republic, so you don't have to pay the bride price for this. From Republic of Ragusa. You'll go for that one and you don't have to pay for it. Yeah. Anastasio. Keep looking. Oh, I was about to say, hey, is the Avar still around? I mean, it's not hard to find, because the Har is over there. Was that one of the lowly chieftains? That one. Hey. If I had my druthers, I would have a... Well, be quiet, man. I know what you're thinking, and it's not appropriate. You need to calm down. This is for brother. And something that doesn't cost money. No nobles. Uh-huh. You from Venice? No, Padua, because the Venetian made me thought of that. Go to Moscow. Okay. Oh my goodness. Strong and imposing. It don't cost you nothing. Here it is. Upgrade this to a swordsmith for even more heavy infantry and pikemen. We lack pikemen especially. An industrious swordsmith has opened up a forge in the palace courtyard. This will make it easier to equip new recruits with weapons. It'll be done in 4 years. From our experience of fighting against the Maghrebi from that Aghlabi Sultanate, they have a habit of bringing in a lot of cavalry. And the things that we lack the most is pikemen. Yes, thank you. And another thing. Should also get the city guard for even more pikemen. Wanderlust. Dracula, my spouse, has approached me claiming she'd nurtured a dream for a long time. That dream is to start a great voyage to unknown lands, discover new cultures, customs, and religions. To my surprise, she wants to travel to the faraway lands of Konyogan of Gilgit. Gilgit? That's way over in the Far East. Well, I'm pretty diplomatic. Not shrewd, not gregarious, not a socializer. Rough, and my spouse, she's got diplomatic education. Oh, but you know what? Oh, you're free to go. You're free to go. The outcome of the voyage depends on many factors, among them related to my spouse. She doesn't have a stewardship education. She is not greedy, nor an administrator, not shrewd. She's not diligent, crud, so she lacks stewardship education. She's not charitable, not kind, not dim, nor slow, imbecile, arbitrary. She has a diplomatic education, but not at the fullest. She is temperate. She's not gregarious. The epitome is pretty high. She does not have the intrigue education or anything that would relate to intrigue, although she is a bit envious. She does not have a learning education nor a mastermind theologian. She has pretty good stats for learning. All that. A sexual compatibility with the visited character. She's not my lover, but she is a bit ambitious, so I don't know about her. Nor she is a military woman herself. Finally, also weighing negatively, is the Viz character trait, lustful. If the laws around are not permissive regarding the status of women. I will suffer the opinion about every male character among my vassals court. As the status of women in Rome are not very developed, and allowing my wife to have significant freedoms, I would look weak, and my court of vassals losing opinion of all the adult male characters and lose prestige for the same reason. I'll take the prestige, I don't care. She's a traveling, aspiring nun. So she's out of there now. Even though she's supposed to be... Well, that's my mother that's doing a regency. Again, it's very slowly reinforced. Doesn't also help with the Republican liability. These are pretty cheaper. Should save up on this. Since you want more heavy infantry and want more pikemen, well, there you go. Leone. Perhaps you can learn a thing or two from me. Again, attacking, but you're not defending your homeland. And I can't join it because it's a claimant war, not a holy war. Because they want to put a guy on an island over there. A precious prize. One day, when I was almost given up to despair, my Tranquilla appeared before me. Her expedition to faraway lands concluded. After a warm embrace, she told me a gift brought from afar. An artifact of considerable power that will be kept closely guarded in a family across many generations. Wow. Must have traveled by horse to get this far and fast. Boat, then horse. And what did you bring me? This magnificent beauty. So, she gets the Wanderlust modifier. Wait a minute. Can I see what I'm seeing? Pontifical Scepter. Regalia representing the dignity and power of the Divine Emperor of the Hellenes. It's pretty good, but here's one problem. Pontifex Maximus of the College of Pontiffs. That is for Hellenic pagans and rulers of Rome. So, this thing is useless to me, but perhaps it's going to be for keeps. You know, it may not be useful to me, but unfortunately I don't think there's any Hellenic pagans out there. No, they're gone. But if somebody steals from me, I don't blame them. But it's just a nice little trinket to keep. What's Byzantium up to? Dealing with Raiders. On a break working on my book, I've been sitting for hours in the courtyard watching knights ride in the curtain. I'm certain that I'm about to grasp some kind of insight from the repeated motions. Yet, my head is only filled with the pounding of horses' hooves, suddenly the flicker of torches, realize the night has fallen. I could do this all night. Maybe I should. 80% chance I develop a cold of some sort from being out in the cold all night. There's a chance I'll be raising the quality of my work. Got diarrhea. Doesn't surprise me. If it's the flu, well, fine by me. Thought you're smarter than this. But just in case. Because I don't trust anybody with their skills. I'm only gonna choose my son because I'm married to a pretty interesting person and hopefully will get the smarts from me. Lit 3 candles, had me join hands on. After a moment of silence, I had to repeat some words after him in a language I did not understand. Glad I heard you. The other day, Serena helped Urso barely fell off from a chair and didn't stop whining for the rest of the day. Such a delicate child. Should form an alliance between us. And I hope you have children. But that's of course when I get out of resting. Also, don't have a non-aggression pact. Oh, of course. You can't make an alliance without a non-aggression pact. Because I have plenty of non-aggression pacts with others. So once I'm out of here, I will request an alliance with you. My rest and retreat did wonders to my mind, and now I feel relaxed and at peace with the world and with myself. Alright, back to work. More pikemen is needed. Not really aspiring to be a saint, but still like to become a trained fighter. Yeah, it is the flu. Don't worry about it. As long as you know what you're doing. Charred carcass of a cat and decided to eat it. Yeah, I'll feel better. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. It's all for a non-aggression pact. But I don't know, because hope that raffle trade doesn't get me, because I may be nice, but at times I have a bit of an anger issue. That'll be 45 gold. Cheap bastard. Seize trade posts. No, I got my own in mind. Again, can't plot to seize other people's trade posts because I have more than they have. After sitting down with the delegation led by Count of Monte Sant'Angelo, it was a relief that I found plenty of common ground with the other side. We're both eager to sign a non-aggression pact. Security above everything else. Good. We'll talk again in another year, when we set up a summit. Let me see, them versus... He's the expected successor. Guess he successfully took that trade post from him. But then again, it's... Yeah, they're all for it. How much do they have in comparison? He's been thinking about foreign lands. Huh. Has he? But before that, I realized to become a great fighter we need to get into better shape. There's a great path in the nearby woods that would be excellent for running. Let's go running. As war grows to be a constant presence in my life, I've on several occasions faced, nay, almost courted death. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a room for 5th. I no longer feel fear. I have the brave trait. Excellent. Hope he doesn't have any backup. Vassals, dummy. No, he doesn't. Controlling Amalfi would be of great value. I have not invested in this area. But think of it. Shipments. Visited by caravan shipments. Is he a member of the trading? Yes, he is. Good. He's making this prosperous than before. No wonder why this has gone up. And so is Marsico Vetera. And if there's a rebellious province, I would glad to help you to stop it, because I don't want them to cause trouble in San Angelo. So at least there will be peace in our time between us. Still around? Yeah, let's do it. Fight for that trade post. I know it's going to be over the limit, but still. This is just to enrich us for the family. I'm not doing it for the country or for Italia. We're just doing it for the family. Come on, we're going. I will remember this battle in its finest detail to the end of my days. God guided my sword into the hearts of countless number of my foes, raising cheers and battle cries from my surrounding men as I cut through the path through the enemy. My mastery of personal combat comes a long way. Apparently I'm not the only one to think so. Now I'm recognized as a trained fighter. No more than that. The only thing I lack is friends, so I'd like to have a friend. Oh, Conrad at Arms. Our ongoing struggle outside of Amalfi has brought out the best of our military strategists. One of them is a Longobard veteran, a bench for innovation. He suggests he retire from the battlefront and return to Neapolis to continue his work safe from flying arrows. He's not good, but... don't worry about it, you got a good amount, so... Yeah, I will invest on that. Sure, the morale of armies will be lowered, but battle's already at its end. We're just taking a trade post, and then the war is won. Now I'm a distinguished military command veteran. In addition, trained fighter. Even with the flu, I can still fight very well. There's no shame in asking. Yeah. With the support of my council, I decree there shall be peace in all my realm. You have 3 months to end your conflicts. Oh, don't worry about it. We'll get this done. How nice of that Archon that he thinks highly of his people. That means, well, we better hurry the heck up and win this war. By any means. I could have sworn I heard enemy commander Patrician Placarius barking orders, but as I searched the farmlands, he is nowhere to be found. A fellow soldier finally informs me that he spotted cowering the far back behind an rickety old fence, and most disgracefully behind his troops. Rickety old fence? Listen, we're only fighting for a trade post. We're not... I don't mean to kill you, but... He ate baklava just recently. He had a good fortune of eating some of those baklava around. Well, I've been itching for a fight, because I'm brave. Proving my worth. Hope I don't kill you. Because he's wearing silk slippers. sun's beginning to set when I met with Patricia Pocarios. The sword of Patricia Masone ready. He clumsily dodges one attack, and the next one lands perfectly. Frantically, the man attempts to cover his injury. Rarely have seen so much blood. What's he like? Now that's a worry. He's the one that should be leading the house, not you. Sorry about this. Also, diplomatic debate in the council. I'm debating with my wife. Okay. So, she talks about diplomatic debate, so... I have a bit of that Roth trait, and brave, so I'll debate it aggressively. 94% chance I'll win the debate, and I win. Now you owe me a favor. Which, give me money, quick. Thank you. It's 6 months. I don't think we'll make it. 100%. Okay, good. We'll take the trade post, I get the prestige, and then there'll be realm peace. There'll be no more infighting between fellow peoples of Amalfi. It was just a trade war. That's all. Yep, we're greedy as heck. And it's a bit of a looted province. Yeah, but we only took that trade post. And I'll be more than happy to invest heavily in all this. Especially when we get the trade post up, and then you'll get much more benefits. After all, military first, business second. And I just recovered from the flu. Thank you very much. No need to appoint the main overseer. Would be best if you are the doge around here. So now we make a very good income here. Sorry I had to kill Patrician. Only because I want to see this young man rise. Because he's a good fighter. Good commander. Sorry I had to kill your father, but hope you forgive me. Haven't heard from him for a while, but I'm about to become the... Oh, but this... Mother-in-law Marta. She was a nun. No need to take a vow of celibacy. We're still in the prime of our lives. I will not take a vow of celibacy. No need for that. But 8 ups the stewardship of it. Bringing the true faith and salvation of others among the holiest duties. Therefore we ask you to construct a new church in your land so that your subjects may have somewhere to say prayers and worship. Now, listen here. It would be nice to... I mean, there's a lot of land that we could build mini holdings. But... it's too much. I have to decline. Sorry. There. There'll be no trade wars. If you want to have another trade war, go fight against Genoa. Or Ragusa. No, not Ragusa. Because Byzantine Empire. Getting to be less lawful. There. Italy, papal state. What the? You really grew. You joined the papal states. And, Italy has actually defeated the Holy Roman Empire in the liberation of Italy. They just formed earlier this year. Well done, but... You know Italy and the papacy may fight against each other in major claimant wars. Especially when they bring up about the Papal Guard. Now Italy is effectively independent from the HRE. That's rather interesting. So the real question is, how long is that going to last? You got what it wanted. But again, I'm glad everything is settled down as they're fighting against each other and winning. Salto amount of monster died in battle. Now it's led by this man. Fully reinforced are our knight's retinue. I'm pleased here that after a period of peace and shrewd management, the county of Neapolis is doing well. People are happy and tax collectors are reporting record intakes. It prospers. A small seaside town of Atrani. Over there somewhere. Located not too far from Amalfi. Sits beside a river called the Dragone River. While visiting their on this one day, locals tell me how legend has it a fire-breathing dragon once lived in the area and would hide in the river, hence the origin of the name. Let's get back to business first. You're still at war? Yeah, apparently. Oh yes, we should ask to form an alliance. Alright, days arrived for the diplomatic meeting of Count Angald of Monte Sant'Angelo and his entourage. After necessary pleasantries, we sat down to start the summit. My spies were unable to inform me any particular weakness on the diplomatic group. I think it would be best to showcase my military prowess and might because of who I am. And I have high diplomacy skill. I am brave and rough, that also works. His opinion of me. Are you brave and rough too? No. Difference between tiers of both characters. So do. Yeah, good enough. History is a subject that always fascinated me. I have spent the last few weeks studying the campaigns of Alexander the Great. There are many lessons to be learned from his conquests in the East. I should devote more time to studying this. I would like to be a strategist. Does well for defense. Died in childbirth. Oh. Oh, I'm very sorry. Too old for you? Well, hey there, another attractive genius. Don't have to pay the bride price. You're the lucky one here. Oh, stop! How did you get into agreement with this? Successful summit. Negotiations went very well and soon became apparent a good deal can be made. I had left it meeting in good spirits, looking forward to the future collaboration. The Count Monte Sant'Angelo. So it's 5 years. Different request this time. Should ask for piety. Trade galley belonging to the Urso ship empire is several days overdue. This morning another captain on the Musk payroll came in the port to flat someone a lost ship, which he claims found in the wake of a storm. Looks like my galley was caught in it. The sea shall be that grave. There it is. Just trying to click on it. It'll be done this October. Be patient. What's going on? Venetian Lombard from the city of come to. Here's something about Serena Hill. When I look at her, I don't know why, but it's pleasant to the eye. One doesn't stop looking once she is comely. She's delicate but comely. Doesn't owe me a favor. Sounds pretty good. I'm giving that away. New business focus time. Amalfian Salertian for the city of Caput. Not that one. This one. Amalfi goes to fight. Go for the core workers. I've heard rumors about a noble, a valiant warrior woman in a distant land who is immortal and stands guard over the ancient gate made of marble and obsidian. Those who best earn combat will be allowed to the gate, which is a portal to heavenly paradise, the most peaceful pastoral landscape one can live in with no worries nor fears. If it did exist, could I go there? I'm sure I could beat that woman and gain entry. Of course, that's my ego talking, which I shouldn't really have. So they'll be taking a city, not the coast yet. This is just to expand their holdings. You should invest in the campaign fund. Look at you. Want so much respect, might as well throw it in. He's an old man at this point. So I'm throwing all my money into that. In that lot. If that's what you want, even though women with martial education is rare. Finally, that old wicked pope died. They're taking my trade post. Now they're going in after him. I don't know why you did not want to survey his commander. At first I thought I was a great teacher, but it's obvious to her that it's her mind. It seems Serenahill's already better at most things. At many things. It beats everyone in any game. Her mind is quick. There's a 30% chance that I feel quite proud, but not quite. End of Empire. Whether by external pressures or internal corruption, the Empire of Khazaria has been reduced to a remnant of its former glory. No longer seen as a true empire by others, not able to redeem itself as risking blasphemy, it succumbed to its weakness and is forfeit. Zablum Kacha, a former emperor, surrendered his imperial crown and accepted a less title of Khan of Tumuktar. Surely a great misfortune. They're known for their prosperity. But not everybody can get along. Build a merchant port here for starters. This city now belongs to the Moro. Whose city exactly? Oh, Moscow. When I listen to Leon Urso, I get sleepy. What a calm voice he has, even as a baby. The crying was softening to the soul. Well, I didn't expect him to have a calm voice, so this character's voice is naturally soothing. While it's neither powerful nor melodious, its mildness can calm even the angriest of people, and slightly persuade even the most skeptical of men. Well, I hope he has his smarts. Again, boggles the mind that the Papal States now have vassals to further back them up. But it seems that they're all okay with it. In fact, they've all been recently granted a duchy. Well, he's got all the money. He's been distributing duchy titles to everybody. And those that do not like him, well, they desire a couple of things. The Cadavus sign on. I've received a strange news from Rome. The former Pope, Pope Sevenus V, did by his actions and lifestyles so defiled of Holy See that the current authorities in Rome decided to put his corpse on trial. The corpse of Pope Stephanus V was removed from its tomb and brought to the papal court for judgment, and it was prompted on the throne, and a deacon was chosen to speak for it as his legal representative. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the accused was found guilty on all accounts and subjected to a punishment most dire. The corpse was stripped of its papal vestments, and 3 fingers on the right hand, those that used to give blessings, were cut off. Then they were into a graveyard normally reserved for foreigners of low status. The punishment was still not being deemed severe enough. The corpse was then exhumed again and tied to its weights and cast into the river Tiber. I'm sure the judges have acted wisely on that. You know, we're allies now. I'm not fighting for that city. Swordsmith's finally finished. Now all we need is a stable to improve upon. Come back. You did enough. While attending one prayer, I noticed my sister Dracula was drowsy off her seat. Well, she's my wife, so I better get her to like me. Should wait for no concern. Gently prod at her, but I get no reaction. I sit up my elbow on the other side, causing him to cough and open her eyes. A flash of anger in them. Face turns red as she blinks. Situation is dawning on her something. Thank you, she mumbles sheepishly. Think nothing of it, friend. A small spear throwing competition could be entertaining, and it's also a great way to enliven my battle technique. Maybe I should arrange a contest in my court. My throwing arm shall amaze everyone. After a dozen spears were hurled to the air, a sole victor emerges, no one threw it farther than Anastasia. Urso. Brother, haven't had any children yet. Congrats to you. Oh my goodness. My sister, murdered by Gambara. You are married to the wrong woman. My ability to take down any man at a ball is wider now. Mainly speak of my prowess and how it would be unwise to pick a fight with me. Feels good to be recognized. Gonna need to banish her. Get her out of this realm. But execution seems a little... Listen, she was imposing. She was wrongful. She committed a crime. A murder of my sister. Hope you don't have a grudge against me, because I'm going to carry out this sentence. For killing my sister, the sentence is death. It'll cost me a little bit of piety for this, but it must be done. The heck? That's not the execution I had in mind. But whatever works. I ordered the execution, but the executioner himself just said, do whatever you want. Take it to the nearest cave and get mauled by a bear, basically. Well, brother, suggest you find somebody nicer. Here's one. Groomed genius. Wants to be married. Serbian Orthodox. I'll be willing to pay, though you are. She was residing in a bishopric. Do it. If I want to, I could take that city, but Venice and Trent won't like that. Since we plan on, you know, it's like we're going to be taking the coast to enrich ourselves, take more holdings for myself. We'll end this episode on this note. Jacob de Venrevie and Bernard is there again. Invading forces. Quickly tries to advance up the hills and there gets CK2 advantage. Bring it up. He reveals that hidden troops are deployed on the other side of the hills. Just we split forces to handle that enemy. Break up a small force to combat the hidden troops. Troops surrounded blanket the eye. We take more casualties than the opponent. In the aftermath, he stands as the obvious victor. Smash the table, send the pieces flying. My way of saying, damn it, man! Lombard-Venetian rivalry war. Even Genoa got involved. After all, he's the liberator with a strong force. I'm sure one day they'll be fighting against Verona. Fight the Jor claimant wars to take areas, even Genoa. Even as far down as Santa Flora, no, Savannah. They're in revolt, and he's winning. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will close that episode on that note. At least the situation's calmed down. Things have been good for us, and soon we will make some more investments, especially here, which we should just make one more right here, right now, to increase the tax income in Amalfi. And then soon I will be elected as the new Doge, so I can have a little more control of this great republic. And all that and more. But till the next episode, so long for now.